Hello everyone, this is Ranjitha. I'm going to talk about the virtualization concept in cloud computing. In this session, let us discuss how virtualization plays a major role in cloud computing and why we use virtualization in cloud computing. Introduction to virtualization. Virtualization is the creation of virtual servers, infrastructures, devices, and computing resources. One physical computer to install multiple operating systems that would run in parallel. That means more than one operating systems or applications can run simultaneously in virtualization technology. Virtualization is the creation of virtual rather than actual version of something like an operating system, server, storage device, or network resources. Virtualization is a technique which allows to share single physical instance of an application or resources among multiple organizations or customers. Virtualization is the process of running a virtual instance of a computer system in a layer abstracted from the actual hardware. Virtualization provides a great opportunity to build elastically scalable system that can provision additional capability with minimum cost. The main goal of virtualization is to manage workloads by radically transforming our traditional computing to make it more scalable. Need of virtualization. Virtualization software allows multiple operating systems and applications to run same server at same time. That means more than one operating systems operations or applications can run simultaneously in virtualization technology, and as a result is lower cost and increases efficiency of a company's existing hardware. That means increases the company's existing hardware. It's a fundamental technology. Virtualization is a fundamental technology that powers cloud computing. What are the types of virtualization? There are 5 types of virtualization: desktop virtualization, server virtualization, storage virtualization, network virtualization, application virtualization. What are the characteristics of virtualization? There are 7 different characteristics of virtualization. They are security isolation, resource isolation, efficiency, availability, serviceability, flexibility, and agility. Let us discuss each characteristic. First one is security isolation. Security will be provided our system and is to be isolated. In security isolation, the shared environment relied on physical separation to enforce security. Here in virtualization, there should be a shared concept, because with the help of one system, we are going to create a multiple images. It's an ability to run multiple operating systems and using single physical system. In security isolation, access control mechanisms and encryption play a key part. These two are key part of security isolation. With the help of these two keys, there should be some security will be allotted our virtualization technology. The second characteristic of virtualization is resource isolation. Virtualization environment uses dedicated hardware to guarantee access to resources. We all know that virtualization will use only one single system that having dedicated hardware to guarantee access to resources. In resource isolation, workload should still be guaranteed minimum resource level. That means different operating systems are working on using single hardware resources. There should be a workload concept will be there. There should be minimum resource level should be present. The next characteristic of virtualization is efficiency or workload efficiency. So, how workload efficiency will be distributed in different virtual machines. Virtualization usually introduce overhead. In the overhead means distribution is there, a single resources operating system distributed, so obviously the workload will be playing key characteristic of virtualization. There are three distributed overheads are hypervisor overhead, virtualized resource overhead and operating system overhead. Virtualized is sometimes used to address scalability issues either at the hardware, operating system or application level. The next characteristic is availability. Consolidated workloads suffer a higher impact due to infrastructure failure. An individual workload within the pool may not require high availability, but the combination of several workloads does. Next characteristic is serviceability. Consolidated workloads suffer a higher impact due to infrastructure maintenance. In serviceability, negotiating a joint outage window across multiple business owners can be extremely difficult. Outage means whenever the power off, so system is failure. In case where an outage is unavoidable, suppose there is a power failure, the system trashes, it's an unavoidable. That means not able to avoid that problem. Then workload should be able to move with the minimum disruptions. Then move on to next characteristic is flexibility. Our virtualization is flexible. Just like a cloud, here in the virtualization also there is a resource utilization pattern will be there. Workloads typically have resource utilization patterns that vary over time. They may also grow or shrink over a larger periods of time. That means based on our work and based on our time, you can use your virtualization machines. In flexibility characteristics, it is therefore impact to able to alter the resource allocation of the workloads. Ideally, this should be automatic, dynamic and immediate so that idle workloads do not reserve resources and busy workloads can get them. So, they can't hold all resources if they are not using. They just release the one virtual machine is not using that. They release resources, then over machine can access it. The last characteristic of virtualization is agility. In a consolidated infrastructure, it is often useful to move workloads between servers within a resource pool. Here, agility is a measure of workload migration between physical servers and takes into account as easy or simplicity to migration, impact of migration, and speed of migration. Then move on to advantages of virtualization. There are several advantages of virtualization. They are reduced cost. Using a virtualization requires fewer servers and extend the lifespan of existing hardware. This means reduce energy costs. Then easier backup and disaster recovery. Disaster are swift and unexpected. Virtualization makes recovery much faster and accurate with less manpower. With virtualization concept, you can get your data faster and easier. Then better business continuity. Virtualization gives employees access to software from any place. If the employee wants to use their software from home or any other location in the world. Then virtualization leads to better resource utilization and increased performance. Testing for software development, increase availability, save energy, more efficient IT operations, possibility to divide services, and central location to manage all assets. These are the advantages of virtualization. Then disadvantages of virtualization. Extra cost. When you are when you are using virtualizing environment in your company or organization, it will cost is high for individual organization. Software licensing. If you are using virtualization, you need to purchase license from all your software application. These are the disadvantages of virtualization. Then conclusion is mainly virtualization means running operating system on a single machine but sharing all the hardware resources, and helps us provide the pool of IT resources so that we can share these IT resources in order to get benefits in the business. One of main thing is virtualization is cost saving, hardware reducing and energy saving technique used by cloud providers in virtualization. The main thing of virtualization is virtualization can exist without the cloud, but cloud computing cannot exist without virtualization. That is important is virtualization in cloud computing. Thank you.